welcome to another layout. This one is using the Paige Evans Garden Shop collection, and I'm starting off with, I've just got a few things going on in my head at the moment. So I decided to fussy cut. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm sort of hoarding this a little bit, and I really shouldn't be hoarding anything. So today I felt like playing with papers and patterns, and I really enjoy pulling out the Paige Evans that, you know, it just hits in the right color tones, the right patterns. I absolutely love them. So, and I hoard them, which is really bad. Don't hoard your stuff. If you loved it enough to purchase it, love it enough to use it. That is going to be my new motto for 2023. If you loved it enough to buy it, love it enough to use it. So this particular layout, I wanted it to be simple, but I wanted to use lots of different patterns and bits and pieces. Now, if you've been around for a while, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, well, welcome. I would love to have you stick around. We are having another giveaway. I do cash giveaways so that you can purchase supplies and whatnot. And we are going to have another huge giveaway when we hit 1,500 subscribers. So please, any of your scrappy friends that enjoy this sort of content, please let me, just let them know that I'm there. They can swing on over and they can like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Leave me a comment. I love reading all my comments. Now, this is essentially my full-time job. So I will be open and honest with you right from the very beginning. That is what I do. This is what I do. What else can I tell you? I haven't done it. I felt the need on this particular video to just sort of refresh why I do what I do. So I've been a scrapbooker on and off for the last 20 years. I have never shared my stuff because I didn't think it was good enough for people to watch. I didn't think people would be interested in what I do, how I do it, because I don't always scrapbook like everybody else. So I'm a very, I won't say I'm a clean scrapbooker, but I like a less cluttered look. That's kind of me. I don't usually go ahead and buy all the ephemera packets and all the stuff you can get kind of thing. And the reason for that is because I like to buy the papers, and if I want ephemera, then I will go ahead. Excuse me for a minute. I got a frog in my throat. I'm doing this at like 9:30 at night. So now we've had roadworks and stuff going on around us, so I have to do my voiceovers at night time. And today has been super crazy busy. So yeah. So when it comes to ephemera, I like to fussy cut because, to be honest, the day that I feel the need for flowers, I will source the flowers from my plethora of papers that I have, and I'll cut them out for that day, and then I'm usually over that bit and I move on to something different. So now this particular lot of yellow flowers, this is a photo of Jennifer, and she was mucking around with her father's hat, and she was putting it on, pulling it off, having a cheeky little giggle, get it hooked on her head, like babies do. And I just love these photos. They're so sweet. They're so Jen. So I decided that I was going to make this simple, understated, but at the end it looks really cool. I love how it turns out. So, I mean, Paige Evans, her paper collections, I love them. I love flowers. I love that sort of thing. I don't use flowers constantly. Like, it's not something that's on all my layouts. But when I feel like flowers, then I make sure that I've got enough here that I can, cut some out and I can get all floral. Now, this is where I go around and I did rough up the edges of that pink check paper, and I use my edge distresser for that, and I am very, very, very gently distressing the edges of that bottom sheet. Then I realized, okay, so whenever I do a layout like this, I feel like when it comes to my photos, I need a neutral background sort of thing for it to pop up off of. So because it's on pattern on pattern on pattern, I figured what I'd do is I'll pull out my MARTE acrylic paint, and I use the titanium white, and its opacity is like solid. So it's kind of like using gesso, but I have a little bit more wiggle room when I use this, and I just use a makeup sponge. I'm using the darkroom door stencil that it's a small stencil, and it's called Mesh. I got mine from Crazy Craft Obsession. I will be honest with you, I do have a link in my description. It is an affiliate link if you ever want to go and check out their store and check out all their goodies. They're extremely competitive for Australia and New Zealand. They post to Australia and New Zealand, so they don't post overseas, but yeah, so if you want to go and check them out, that would be awesome. I'm sure they would really appreciate that. So all I'm doing is I was going to just brush on some white, but then I thought, no, I really like those checkered squares. Like, I like that look. So with the mesh, I put it over the top and just sponge the white paint through it, and it gives you a muted bit, but it's also adding more texture. So that was pretty cool. I did debate whether I would go through and use some texture paste maybe and do that on top of it again, but I stopped myself. I think that was just going to be one step too far. So this is where I jumped on my Cricut, and well, I obviously didn't jump on my Cricut, but I used my Cricut and I cut out my title. If you're new to my channel, I love a nice long wordy title, and I quite often use my Cricut to create said titles. And then I just use my oxides or some paint or whatever medium I choose on the day. And today I'm using Vintage Photo and KITSCH Flamingo in the Distress Oxide range. So, and as you can see there, I have every tool imaginable to get the ink onto the paper. I've got a large dauber, I've got a finger dauber, I've got a brush, I just pulled out everything. I was loving doing this, but my head was in two places at once, and I shouldn't scrap when I'm in that sort of frame of mind, but I needed to, because I needed to get in and get it done. So what else can I tell you? Okay, so this is what I do with my titles. So when I cut my titles out, I usually cut an offset to go with it. Why? Because I like my title to pop off the page, and sometimes I put it on black, sometimes I put it on white, depends what I'm doing, but I just print. And so when I go into my Cricut design space, I print an offset. Now this particular offset that I'm using here, because it's a wonky sort of font, I actually went with a slightly smaller, so I went with a 0.83 offset. You can adjust the width of your offset on a Cricut. So, in Cricut design space, you can actually adjust that. So that to me is a very helpful tool. I absolutely love, hang on, I have to draw your attention to the fact that, see how my glue's laying down like that? See how I'm literally struggling. Struggle is real here. I'm seeing how far I can go with this art glitter glue bottle before I gum up the tip because there's no glue coming out of it. I'm so lazy when it comes to filling this bottle. It's the smallest bottle you can get. I also get my my glue from Crazy Craft Obsession, and I buy the art glitter glue, and I buy it in the bigger bottles. What I get? 16 ounce. So I usually buy the 16 ounce bottles and just decant them into my smaller bottle. Now, I'm really, really slack at filling it up before it gets too low. So struggle was real on this layout, guys. what else can I tell you about this layout? Probably not much more, to be completely honest with you. I used that, I did that. That's about it. So now you can see my title down the side there. So I absolutely love how it came together. I love using these new fonts. There's a heap of new fonts that have popped up in Cricut Design Space. And because I pay the subscription, here you go. Here's how real this gets. See, I'm even using 2 hands to try and do this. And trust me, during the flowers, that's where it gets the better of me. So I completely forgot crickets. Can you hear crickets? I can hear crickets because I have forgotten what I was going to say. Okay. This is why I do my voiceovers in the morning, not at night, because I start to forget what I'm talking about. So, what else can I tell you? So Angie's hand is improving. Jen is doing really well at gymnastics training. She's starting to learn some new stuff, which is pretty cool. Comp season starts at the end of the month, so end of March. So fun times there. So we're doing pretty well. Everything's pretty cruisy at the moment. Everything's going exactly according to plan. Life is cruising. So although today, air conditioner in the lounge room. So we have 2 air conditioners in our house. And there you go. See, I filled the glue up. I finally gave in. But the problem is not solved because I let it go way too long. So I keep putting the pin in there thinking that's going to fix it so I can just get this video done. Guess what? I end up having to completely fix it because it just won't come out. So I was just going to say something. No, I'm not going to. No, I don't think. No, so yeah, we've got. It's all right. Oh, we have a monochromatic layout. This week's monochromatic layout is red. So I am going to do a red layout. Now, anyone that knows me, I love me some lumberjack plaid. Don't get me wrong. If you know the distress colors, they look. I love lumberjack plaid. I do have quite a few different reds, but I'm thinking I might push myself and use, I don't even know how many reds I actually have in my paper collections. I'm not sure. I mean, there'd be Christmas ones, but I'm going to have to stop and think about that. I might just surprise myself and just create red. What do you reckon? Let's see. So that'll be Saturday. So Saturday will be a monochromatic layout this week, and this gorgeous layout is coming together super quick. And can you see the glue all on the back of my hand? Do you want to know why? Because when you forget to fill your glue bottle up, it starts just spewing out the top by itself. You don't even have to squeeze it. So it's pretty annoying. I have placed a couple of orders and I do believe they are on their way. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you're interested in me doing sort of like I'm not a fan of unboxings. I don't know why, but I always feel like it's sort of a bit braggish. Look what I've got, sort of thing. But I guess that's an Aussie thing. Us Aussie, we're not really good with the whole bragging thing. But if you want to see what I have got, I'm more than happy to share that with you guys. And what else can I tell you? Yesterday I got in and I cooked all our dinners for the week. So my dinners are sorted. So I've bought myself some time, which will allow me. Now these, okay, I want to draw your attention to these. Now I bought these little Diamantes from, I think it was Amazon. They were dirt cheap. There was like 6 packets of them. But guess what? Crazy Craft Obsession has just got something very, very similar in, and it is apparently up on their website now. So if you really like these little Diamantes, they come with the tweezers and the wax pencil. They now sell them through Crazy Craft Obsession. And the thing is, if you can get these things cheap enough, you can go to town and bling the daylights out of your layout and it costs you next to nothing. It's so good. I absolutely love it. Mine are not from Crazy Craft Obsession, but I'll be topping up. Don't you worry about that. I absolutely love these little things. They're so cute. So I'm just adding some diamantes to the center of my yellow flowers. They're not really sunflowers. They're just little yellow, I don't know, they're something. I'm not really up on all my flora and fauna and all that sort of stuff. But yes, so this is kind of where I was like, do I need more? Do I need less? This is what it needed. A little bit of shine. That's all it needed. So I just used my, I think they call it a sparkle brush from Uniquely Creative. I got this one. And it just leaves a very fine shimmer on whatever you put it on. So here you go, guys. This is the close-up. And I'm trying in vain to get the glitter to shimmer for you in the video so you can see it up close. It's an awesome little pen. You can get them. They're the same as Winker Stella and all that sort of stuff. But the Uniquely Creative ones were a little bit cheaper. Hence why I got it, because I didn't know if I'd even like it. So you can see all of that. All that yummy goodness and those little baby face, little cheeky grin, super cute. And that's about it for me, guys. Shameless plug, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Don't forget our 1500 subscriber giveaway. Once we get to 1500 subscribers, we're going to have a giveaway, guys. And you are going to want to be involved because, trust me, I'm doing it for everybody. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I will chat to you again soon. Bye for now.